Hey everyone, and welcome to the CS exams. Today we are heading out on a quest. We're going to navigate this super complex and, let's be honest, often confusing world of cybersecurity certifications. So let's dive right in. Have you ever looked at that giant sea of acronyms, CISSP, OSCP, Security Plus, and just felt completely lost? If you have, you are definitely not alone. It is a jungle out there, but don't worry, we're here to give you a map. But first up, why does any of this even matter? According to the 2024 ISC2 Cybersecurity Workforce Study, a staggering 90% of professionals said that getting certified before their first job was beneficial. That number says it all, right? These certifications can be a huge key to unlocking your career. Now, I want to be clear, this is not going to be another one of those generic top 10 lists. The real secret isn't finding the one single best cert out there. It's about understanding the different career paths and finding the one that actually clicks with your goals, your skills, and what you're passionate about. So let's think of this as your own personal certification quest. And, every good quest needs a clear goal. The very first step is kind of like choosing your character class. In the world of cybersecurity, that path almost always comes to a fork in the road, splitting into two main archetypes. The big question is, are you destined to be the strategist or the hands-on warrior? On one side, you've got the manager. This path is all about the big picture, governance, risk, and leading security programs. On the other side, we have the hacker, the technical expert who basically lives in the command line, breaking things to ultimately make them stronger. Which one of those sounds a little more like you? Okay, but before you can become a master of your craft, every hero has to learn the fundamentals. It doesn't matter which path you end up choosing, your journey almost always starts in the exact same place. And that starting point is the CompTIA Security Plus. It is widely, and I mean widely, seen as the foundational entry-level certification. It gives you the core knowledge you're going to need for pretty much any role in this field. Think of it as learning the vocabulary and the concepts that everything else is built on. What makes Security Plus such a great starting point is how accessible it is. It's designed for beginners. And yeah, while 2 years of IT experience is recommended, it's not a hard and fast rule. For about $425, it's basically your ticket into the game. Okay, so you've got your foundation set with Security Plus. Now, let's say you've identified with that manager archetype. You're into strategy, leadership, and you want to shape security from the top down. So where do you go from here? This ladder shows a really common career progression. You might kick things off with CISA, the Certified Information Systems Auditor, to master assessment. Then move on to CISM, the Certified Information Security Manager, to focus on program management. And the final boss of this path is the CISSP, the Certified Information Systems Security Professional. This one, folks, is one of the most respected and sought-after credentials in the entire industry. Earning it proves you have the experience and the know-how to run an entire cybersecurity program. And that opens doors to top-tier roles like Chief Information Security Officer. But make no mistake, this is no entry-level feat. The CISSP has a strict requirement of 5 years of paid work experience in the field. It's a serious investment of both time and money, and it's designed to validate real-world expertise, not just what you know from a book. And the payoff for that investment? Oh, it can be absolutely massive. This certification isn't just a piece of paper, it's a direct pathway to the highest levels of the profession. All right, let's completely switch gears and explore that other fork in the road. What if you're drawn to the hands-on, down-in-the-weeds technical side of things? Welcome to the hacker's path. Here, we run into one of the biggest debates in the industry, CEH versus OSCP. The Certified Ethical Hacker, or CEH, is a knowledge-based multiple-choice exam. It's often a checkbox requirement for government jobs. The OSCP, on the other hand, is a grueling 24-hour practical exam where you have to actually hack into machines. It's a true test of your skills, not just your memory. Because of that intense practical challenge, the OSCP is widely considered the gold standard for penetration testers. Passing it proves you don't just know the theory, it proves you can actually do the work. This is the certification that gets you noticed for roles like pen tester or red team specialist. What's really striking about the OSCP is the sheer intensity it represents. There are no formal experience requirements because the exam itself is the barrier to entry. At nearly $1,700, it's a significant financial commitment. But that money buys you access to their training labs and 2 shots at one of the toughest, most respected exams out there. So we've logged through the 2 main paths, the manager and the hacker. Now it's time to bring it all together and start building your very own personal roadmap. Here's your final checklist. First, be really honest with yourself about your experience level. Second, think about your budget. And most importantly, which path genuinely excites you more. Then, the final step is super practical. Go look at job listings for the role you want. See what certifications they're actually asking for. Let the market be your guide. Before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this crucial piece of wisdom. Certifications are incredibly powerful tools. They absolutely open doors and validate your skills, but they are not a substitute for experience, curiosity, and humility. They are a part of your journey, not the final destination. And with that, your quest truly begins. You've got the map, you know the paths, so the only question left is, which one will you choose? Thanks for joining us on the CS Exams.